Hi students, this is Ms. Vignell. I'm going to walk you through how to do the pattern of errors assignment. You'll notice on your right screen you have the assignment pulled up, and on the left side of the screen I have the form pulled up. The form can be found in the assignment linked at the bottom, pattern of errors form. You click this and it will download, and then you can bring it up. You will need to type your name into the top and put the date, and then here are the instructions which I will walk you through. I have given you an example of what it should look like. Here are the symbols. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do it based on one paragraph in one assignment. What you're going to be looking at is the correction symbols. You click on this link and the correction symbols comes up. This is what the page will look like, correction symbols. And then I'm going to pull that example from the revised rhetorical analysis assignment. And here is this paragraph that I was talking to you about. You will need to do this assignment on your entire essay. So all the codes on all the pages in the right-hand margin, I'm only showing you one paragraph. I'm not showing you the entire essay. You will need to do the entire essay. So what you're going to do is here is a correction code, uncom, and you're going to come on over here to the form and you're going to place uncom here. And then you're going to put redundant. You're going to pull it on over here, R-E-D-U-N. Then you have an apos, so you're going to put the apos here. You have a semicolon, so you're going to put the semicolon. You have the WW, so you're going to put the WW here. And then you have another redundant, so what you're going to do for this is you're actually going to come up to redundant and you're going to give it tally mark. So you now have two of this one. You can also go through and put one tally all the way through because you've got one. But what I suggest is you go through your entire essay, you completely fill in the form with all of the correction symbols. I've given you another sheet to be able to do this. And in Word, if you need another one, if you just hit the tab key from the last space here, it will give you another row for you to add things. So you should have plenty of room if you had a number of errors. And don't worry about this. I think at least half of your errors is probably due to not being used to proofreading before you submit something. So now what we're going to do is come back on up to the instructions. We did the first part by listing the errors. Now we're going to define what they mean by looking at that correction symbols page. So I come on over to the correction symbols page and I'm going to scroll down and I am going to be looking for, come back here, I'm going to be looking for uncom. So uncom is alphabetically, I've done the form alphabetically. So here's uncom and it says eliminate unnecessary comma. So I'm going to type that in. And I would encourage you to type this in rather than to cut and paste, because if you cut and paste, you will bypass your memory. If you type it in, you're going to be more apt to remember what that uncom means, unnecessary comma. The next one is redundant, and I do know that it's a part of the content organization and style symbols. So it's down here, redone, and it means avoid redundant expressions, which I will explain to you in a minute. What did I say? And then the other one is apos. So I know that that is basic punctuation. So I'm going to come up here and there is the apos. So that means it says use apostrophe correctly. Then there's the semicolon. I'm going to come on over here to here it says semicolon or semicolon comma or a period in a circle. So it says correct semicolon use, and that's what it means because there's a semicolon. So I'm going to put over here correct semicolon use. And then the last one for that paragraph was WW. I know that that is a content organization and style error. So WW is in this particular row. It's MW, XW, or WW. It says missing word, extra word, or wrong word. So I know that this is a wrong word. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to type in wrong word. So you go ahead, pause the video here, take the time to have listed all of the correction symbols, and then go ahead and put all the definitions. And when you're through with that, go ahead and click on it, and then I'm going to explain what you are to do. All right, well, welcome back. So what we're going to do is come back to your essay where you have these codes. You'll notice it says uncom, and you're going to see that it should align to the line where there's a green circle. And it's this one here is my evaluation of the text is that it is persuasive, misleading, and well written. The text creates an idea of correctness, although it only shows statistics for a small group of people. So for some reason, students are using commas as if they are pauses, and there are rules to use commas. So here, you do not need that comma after although. It should just read although it only shows statistics for a small group of people. And technically speaking, I'm going to add this one here because actually we don't even need that comma as well. So the text should be creates an idea of correctness, although it only shows for a small group of people. And that is grammatically correct. We do not need any commas in that sentence. So I'm actually come back over here and I'll actually give this another tally. Okay, so in correcting this, you would remove the comma. Here it says redundant. So remember, redund means eliminate redundant expressions. And this is the line here, I believe that. So you have written the essay, you have put your name on it, it's on the first page and it's at the top of every subsequent page. Everything in the paper is your thinking, your believing, your feeling. You do not need to tell the reader that this is according to your belief. That is implied because you are the writer and you wrote it. So the sentence should be, that is why the author's text is misleading. So you would remove that, I believe that. The next one is apostrophe, and it said author's text. So it is the text of the author. So therefore, you are going to need an apostrophe. So it would be A-U-T-H-O-R apostrophe S. And sorry, all the greens, let me give a different color so you can see it better. How about red? See that a little bit better. So author's text. And then this down here is the semicolon. And here's the sentence. In addition, the article is persuasive because the sources are credible, semicolon, and can be potentially upheld. Now, you do need to refer to a video that explains how to use a semicolon, but very simply, the semicolon doesn't go there because this part of the sentence, this part here, is not a complete sentence. A semicolon can be used to join two independent clauses when they are related, but this can be potentially upheld, does not have a subject and a verb, so it's not an independent clause. Take a look online for videos on semicolon use. And if you just kind of go on over here and I just type into the bar rules for using semicolons. So I like the video, so I come on over here to a video. And you can choose, there's a bunch of them. I am used to Sean McLeod's ones. I don't see his. But you go ahead and play it and they will talk to you about how to use the 3 rules for using a semicolon. And yes, I do expect at this point in college, if you have not learned the rules governing punctuation, that you do need to take responsibility and rise up to the standard of being able to correct these errors. And I will come back. I will tell you that you are only need to correct the top 3 of these errors in your essay. That's the only ones that I'm going to be looking for, because sometimes in some instances it's going to take you a learning curve. You've been taught to put commas in when you want the reader to pause, and that is not a rule. You're going to have to learn the rules associated with learning commas. You're going to have to learn the rules associated with learning semicolons, you're learning apostrophes. So I don't want to overwhelm you with what you need to learn, so you only need to correct your top 3 errors. All right, so I am correcting all of them here to show you how to do it. Here it says wrong word. Okay, so the author uses ethos because if the text is well constructed, you would see then the readers have no question on whether the written work is credible. So there is a lot of confusion about then and than. And you could come up on over and you could Google then and than. And there are probably, if here are a couple of videos that talk to you about the differences. So watch one. Look, they're not very long. That one's longer. So you could choose a shorter one to see if you can understand through watching it. And the last one is the redundancy. So pause the video here, give yourself a minute, and see if you can't recognize what's redundant and speak out loud why it is redundant. Okay, good. So you saw that I crossed out I believe that, and you know that the paper contains your beliefs, your feelings, and your thinking. So you don't need to say I believe that. You can just start the sentence. The sentence shows how the author truly feels. And that would be it. So that is how to do the pattern of errors assignment. You will complete the correction symbols for all the correction symbols from on page 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you had 4 pages. You will put the definitions for each of the codes, and then you're going to tally how many of them you had in your essay. And then the last one is that you're going to rank them. So right now this one is 2 and 2, so this would be, let's say throughout the course this one was 3. That way there I have a way to rank this. So this would be number 1, this would be number 2, and this, let's see here which one. Just choose, if you have them that are tied, then you know the one that you should probably work on the most. This one would be the hardest one to work on, so let's choose that one as 3. The last thing that you do at the bottom of this is that you do list your top 3 for Essay 1, and then for Essay 2, and then for Essay 3. And what I'd like for you to be able to work on is you would work on your top errors. So you're going to work on redundancy. For Essay 1, you'll work on redundancy, uncom, and then wrong word. And then that is what you would put down here. You would put redundancy, redone. You would put down unnecessary commas. And the last one was wrong words. And that you will do it for 4, 5, and 6, and then 7, 8, and then 9, which has now slipped into the next page for me. That is how to complete the pattern of errors assignment.